All right, Calculus, welcome to one of your first videos here for the upcoming fall 2020 semester. By now, you know that we are starting in the hybrid. So I've got to get some of my lessons online. So that's, part of the lesson you can learn from home type of thing, okay? Because we are still going to try to be roughly at the same pace. We're going to take an extra week for this review unit. I am using here a tripod, kind of like this. I'm also at my grandparents' house. Elsie is being watched by her great-grandparents. And that, young students, if you don't know, is called a landline phone. Yes, a landline. Anyway, so they got one. We might be interrupted by that. Folks, this is Diagnostic Test Algebra. I'm going to give you the review packet for that first month, okay, for the review unit. You'll know where this is. This is the first one. Again, review units. Diagnostic Test Algebra. So number one was evaluate without using a calculator. So you're going to see that this is given to you 4 weeks in advance. This is not the type of thing you need ready for day one. This is one, if you're an A person, you're going to be jotting this down on B's day. If you're a B person, you're going to be jotting this down on A's day type of thing. All right? So without using the calculator, 5 to the 23rd divided by 5 to the 21st. I always said bases are the same, which has the highest power. The top does by how much? 2. 5 to the second, which is 25. Anytime we have a negative exponent in f, it's 1 over that. Okay, now we like negative exponents. We like fractional exponents for taking derivatives later in the semester, but we don't know those yet. So it's going to be 1 over 16 to the 3/4. Now here's how you're going to write it. Okay, so you're taking the 4th root of 16. The 4th root of 16. Then you're going to take 16 and raise it to the 3rd power. So that is true. Now this has a nice answer, and here again, I'm just learning how to use this tripod. This would be a question that you might be asked. If you go to SIUE, they don't allow calculators in their calc series and a lot of their math classes. So you take the 4th root of 16, that's 2. 2 to the 4th is 16. So the 4th root of 16 is 2. Then you raise 2 to the 3rd power. What's 2 to the 3rd? 8. That's how I get 1 over 8. All right. Number 2, simplify. So before we deal with that negative exponent, you have x's on top and bottom and y's on top and bottom. The bottom has actually a half more x in the exponent. The top has 7 over 2, or 3.5 more in the exponent there for y. So I've simplified it like this. This is coming straight from Honors Algebra 2. Maybe a little more challenging. Again, you are in calculus, and the only rule is you've got to be perfect at everything you've been taught before. All right, negative exponent means I can write it as a positive exponent, but the numerator and denominator have to flip. So what was on the bottom is on top. What was on top is now at the bottom. When you have a power to power, you multiply the powers. A half times 2 is x to the first. 7 over 2 times 2 is 7. 3 squared is 9. If you hear any noise upstairs, that's my little lovely spawn. Elsie Mae is going to be 18 months old here soon. And those are her great-grandparents. Keep an eye on her. Guys, we have conjugates here. Root A, root B, root A, plus, minus. So all you have to do with conjugates is the first and the last. When you multiply root by itself, the whatever is in the root falls out. So it's just A minus B. This is kind of like root 5 minus root 2 times root 5 plus root 2. You'd want to multiply by conjugates in several different fashions in Honors Algebra 2, and then you'll see that again later on. Again, I can't tell you where these things in algebra and trig are going to pop up. They're just going to be there, and you just have to know how to handle them quickly. That's why you got to be perfect at all the algebra and trig you've learned before. So like this would be root 5 times root 5, which is root 25, or 5. Minus root 2 times root 2, which is root 4, or 2. 5 minus 2 is 3. And then here on through, again, this is coming from this packet that you get in 4 weeks. First, outer, inner, last. You guys really need to know how to FOIL very quickly. So you know that's got to be 4x squared. You know that's got to be 9. I would hope that we don't have to show all that work. Instead, you have 6x and 6x, which gives you 12x. We want to be able to FOIL quickly. All right, so diagnostic test, algebra, those first three. Then what would kind of be make sure you have for that first Monday and Tuesday type of thing is something like 4, factor. There's the AC method. I just do guess and check, okay? There's only one way to get 2x squared. It's got to be 2x and x. A negative constant, but a positive in the middle means, first off, negative constant means one of the factors is negative, one's positive. Just think of factors of 12. 3 and 4. Notice how that is 8x minus 3x is what you want, 5x in the middle, okay? Do need to know how to factor well. Here's what I want you to do, guys. Try these two on your own here. 3x squared minus 17x plus 10. Try that example. 4x squared plus 8x minus 5. Try that example. Pause it right now and give it a go. Again, you're factoring. You are factoring. I'm going to give you here because you can pause. I'll give you the answer. So how do you get 3x squared? 3 is prime, so it has to be 3x and x. Notice you have a positive constant negative middle term. What multiplies to a positive number but adds to a negative, it's 2 negative, so it's got to be minus minus. And then here we go. Get a quick check. Negative 15x. Negative 2x gives you the negative 17x. All right, so, you know, in calculus, there's really only a few topics that are going to be truly new this year. It's just that, you know, you're going to have a lot of algebra involved. 4x squared could be 4x and x or 2x and 2x, which this one is. Negative constant means one of them is negative, one of them is positive. And here's the guess, 10x minus 2x is positive 8x, which is what you want. And on that first part, here is f. Factor this. Holy cow. So first off, they both have at least 1x, and they both have at least 1y. So factor, which means divide out the x and the y from both, leaving you with x squared minus 4. Well, x squared minus 4 is a difference of 2 perfect squares. X plus 2x minus 2. You know the order doesn't matter there. All right, so this would be what I would want you guys to know on that first 2 days back, I believe. Let's look forward. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get to that. I think we're going to end the video there, folks. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.